Business used to be really hard for me until I figured this one thing out. Now, if you've never heard of me, my name is Evan Vance. I'm 25 at the moment. My record month in my business was 105,000 US dollars at the age of 24. I look like I'm 19. It's kind of hilarious. If you watch this video to the end, there are going to be problems in your business that you never thought you could solve that you are actually able to solve, and you'll learn that you can solve them and you'll learn how to solve them. And it'll be a huge mindset shift for you if you don't already have this mindset. And a lot of people surprisingly don't have this mindset. It's a very common mistake. I made this mistake early on in my business, and I'm sure that you'll benefit from it. So the concept is very simple, and I'll start it with a story. So when I started out in my business, there was one person I looked up to in business, and I was trying to model him. And what he had said was that there were a few core skills that you need to learn in your business. And there's this concept of skill stacking. The guy's name is Alex Becker. You may or may not have heard of him, probably not, to be honest. But I learned this concept from him, 2019, 2018, something like that. And now, concept is pretty simple. You learn marketing, you learn product, you learn sales, you stack these skills on top of each other, and then you can start to build a real business. Then you learn how to manage people and so on and so forth, and onward you go into learning an increasing amount of new skills. So when I went into my business, I went in with this perspective of, okay, my goal here is to build 3 core skills, which are marketing, product, and sales. Those will take me to the other skills that I later need to learn. It put me in the right spot to look at myself as a beginner in business, take more of a learning mindset rather than thinking I'm supposed to be some sort of expert in this kind of thing. And it really, really helped me get to where I am today. And it's still helping me get to where I'm supposed to be. But there's one tweak that I've made to this that I think a lot of people miss out on, which is that everything in your business is a skill. So it's not just product, sales, marketing, customer support, managing people, so on and so forth. There are micro skills. There are these tiny little skills in your business that you need to develop. And if you fail to acknowledge that there are micro skills, and I'll get into some examples, then what can end up happening, and as entrepreneurs, we want to take responsibility for as much as possible because, well, it's a good thing to do and it gets you further, right? It allows you to have control over your business, your life, your results, right? Instead of just blaming other people and other things for what's happening to you, all of a sudden you have no more control and you can't make anything happen in your business. So if we look at everything as a skill, then we have responsibility for everything. And I'm talking down to the level of learning how to craft the right email for the right type of situation or person that we're talking to, right? So it's getting, it's kind of like letting complexity creep in a way, but simplifying that complexity and consolidating it into these little systems in your business. I'm a huge systems guy. Side note, if you want to fully systemize your business, I fully automated my business at 24 down to 4 hours a week, 3 full-time employees, build systems for you to scale your business. You can book a call with me in the description. We can talk about, how I can work with you and help you do that. Totally optional. But everything is a skill. And sure, there's this idea of customer service, right? Or client success, whatever you want to call it. And you could have some type of, and one skill is dealing with unhappy clients, but one skill is also onboarding clients. One skill is taking clients from step A in the assembly line to step B in the assembly line, and so on and so forth. But between step D and step E, what are the things that need to happen, and what are the little micro skills that you need to develop to make that part of the process as efficient as possible? So there's one specific example I want to talk about, which is hiring employees. Employees are one of the biggest, dealing with hiring employees, retaining employees, finding good employees, all this. These are some of the biggest problems that business owners face all over the place. And if you don't look at hiring good employees and retaining employees as a skill, you are so dead. You stand no chance because it's so easy to, and the reason you need to look at these things as skills is because when you don't, you start to look at things as, once again, outside of your control. And then what happens as a result of that, we look at second, third layer consequences, is now when you see these things as outside of your control, what ends up happening is you just start to believe that things are true and as they are. Oh, it's just impossible to find great employees. Oh, I just simply can't find the right type of person, where maybe you're just not offering enough money to attract the right type of person. Like, I've made mistakes in hiring people, and it's very easy to think, oh, there's something wrong with this person or this type of person or hiring in this specific type of role. But the reality is that somebody's made it work, so you can make it work. The only thing is that your skills are not where they need to be for this to be effective and for this to work the way you want it to work. Because the truth is, in business, a lot of people have crazy ideas and this kind of thing, but what the reality is that there are so many people that you are not the first person who has thought of these things, right? I've had so many ideas where I've really thought that they were unique, and I look deeper and deeper and deeper, and there are people doing that already. And oftentimes that's a good thing, because you can find out whether or not, there's proof of concept there and so on and so forth. But so you can leverage these things, but what the healthiest perspective you can possibly have is, if it's not working for you, I'm just not good enough at the thing yet, and this is a skill that I need to build. So when we look at skill stacking, instead of marketing, product, sales, right, or product, marketing, sales, whatever order, that's not the point. You're looking at stacking, I'm talking 75 skills, and a lot of them are very little things. Very, very little things. It could just be a certain step in the hiring process, right? Writing a good job description, or offering the right amount of money, right? Or having a certain type of comp plan, right? Or giving somebody certain growth opportunities, right? You look at all these things and it's like, these are all little skills that you need to develop. And again, when you don't look at these as skills, you look at things as outside of your control, and then they make you believe that certain things are true, and then you never even try to build the skill, and then you just get caught in this loop in your business, this endless loop. And now all of a sudden you're still doing all the roles you thought you could delegate, but you've struggled to delegate, you haven't been able to, it's too hard, you stop trying, and then all of a sudden you're 4 years later, you're nowhere near where you thought you were going to be. You're stuck in your business, you're becoming resentful, and it just becomes this complete disaster. So looking at everything as a skill is just one of the most crucial, helpful things that you can do in your business from personal experience, because before doing this, it's too easy to blame other things. It's too easy to look at other things and see as that being the issue versus yourself being the issue. And it's not to dog on yourself and look down on yourself. It's rather to realize that I have control over this thing and there's something that I can do here. I don't talk down on myself or get down on myself or anything like that. I just realize that, okay, I have some work to do here in this certain category or place of my business. And if I'm struggling a lot here, could it even be something else? And that's where this whole idea of business strategy comes into play. You need to know what to look for and so on and so forth. And a big way that I've found helps with all this, again, is systems, which is why, again, you can book a call with me if you want me to help you build systems in your business to free up time or to build infrastructure to scale really far. By all means, go do that, again, optional. But yeah, so again, look at everything as a skill. Watch whatever videos are popping up on screen now, and I'll see you there.